وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Remind them, because reminders benefit the believers. Faith brings safety and guidance to every part of life. It protects the mind from mental ruin and confusion. Yes, likewise, it protects the heart from disease and trauma. Emaan, it protects the body from harm and destruction. It protects the home from chaos. The more the house actualizes Emaan, the more peaceful it will be. The more serenity they will experience and tranquility they will taste. Emaan, it protects the community from disorder. Ikhwan, how is it that some of us, we think that changing our community is a photo moment with a podcaster or a celebrity, and that's going to change our community? They have time to travel all over the world for a photo op, but they can't lift off the sheets to go to Fajr. When was the last time you were in the masjid? When was the last time you went to a class? Have you made Hajj? When was the last time you made Umrah? When was the last time you done any khairat? When? What about when the cameras go away? And I'm disappointed in some of the brothers and the sisters promoting rappers who glorify shirk and kufr, promoting them on their social media. Not only are they calling to disobedience, glorifying drugs, fornication, and other than that, but even some of them glorifying magic, wal-iyadu billah. People don't understand the road to reformation and rectification. And that's why nothing changes. Because people's children are being killed, can't go to school, education is awful, transport terrible, housing terrible, opportunities terrible, everything is terrible. But hey, if we have a chance to dance, everything's going to be okay. Likewise, from the benefits of al-Emaan, faith is lasting happiness, a sa'adah. And brothers and sisters, we're not talking about pretending to be happy on social media, smiling into a camera, using filters, posting highlights. Then once the phone is off, you have to drink some khamar, alcohol, or use ketamine, or some type of pill, or marijuana, or other than that, because you want to numb the misery and the pain. We're not talking about that fake Hollywood happiness. We're talking about happiness that stems from Emaan, that lasts in the dunya and even in the akhirah. Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, calling us to this happiness. But again, how many of us really want it? Or how many of us are trying to fake our way to it? Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا استجيبوا لله وللرسول إذا دعاكم لما يحييكم واعلموا أن الله يحول بين المرء وقلبه وأنه إليه تحشرون. Oh, you who believe. Look, Emaan. And we'll talk about this later on. Emaan. Oh, you who believe. Answer Allah, obey Allah and the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam when He calls you to that which will give you life. When He calls you to that which will give you life. Obeying Allah, obeying the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Naam. The foundation is al-Emaan, happiness. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة ولنجزينهم أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون. Whoever performs righteous deeds, whether male or female, while they are a believer. Look, condition, while they're a believer. So somebody could do righteous deeds. If they're not a believer, it's not going to benefit them. لا يغني من جوع. Whoever performs righteous deeds while they are a believer, Allah said we will give them a happy life. We will give them a happy life in the dunya, and for them is paradise in the akhirah. And we will reward them for the best of what they used to do. Jannah. That is why you find as'adun nas, the happiest of the people are the people of Emaan, the people of faith. Regardless of where they are in the world, what they have from the world. هؤلاء أسعد الناس. Likewise, brothers and sisters, من ثمرات الإيمان وفوائد الإيمان وآثار الإيمان. From the benefits of al-Emaan, the fruits of al-Emaan and the effects of al-Emaan is what? Wilayatullah al-Khas. The protection of Allah Azza wa Jal Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, which is specific to the believers. Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, الله ولي الذين آمنوا يخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور والذين كفروا أولياؤهم الطاغوت يخرجونهم من النور إلى الظلمات أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. Allah is the protector of those who believe. Now, you don't know what's around you. the shayateen from the jinn, the devils from the jinn, the devils of mankind. None of us exactly understands all of the challenges and the harms that are around us. Allah said, Allahu waliyul ladina amanu. Allah is the protector of those who believe. And again, the stronger your iman, the more Allah will protect you. Allah is the protector of those who believe. He brings them out from darkness into the light. Yes, the believer walks in light, nur, light, clarity in mind, clarity in purpose of life, clarity, light of hope in the heart, light of ibadah, worship and morality, light in their choices, in their path, and light as it relates to their eventual destination. Allah is the protector of those who believe. He brings them out from darkness into light. But as for those who disbelieve, their supporters are the false deities, the tawagit. They bring them out from light into darkness. And they are those who are going to be in hell. And they will be there forever. May Allah protect us from that. And around us you see the people who lack iman, the darkness of shirk, associating partners with Allah, worshipping other than Allah, the darkness of magic. You see the darkness of immorality and indecency. You see the darkness of music that glorifies drugs, gangs and murder, even the killing of their own children. Yet they dance to it, they celebrate it, and they take its figureheads as role models. Yet they cannot see it. They're in darkness. How can you celebrate a culture and your child was killed behind it and murdered because of it? How are you respecting someone that called for the violence and the killing and the murder and the drug abuse and the drug use and other than that? How? Look how bankrupt society is. We don't respect people that should be respected. The people that clean our communities, the people that volunteer for our communities, the teachers and the educators of our communities, the people that actually do good on a daily basis for the community. Darkness. And they don't even recognize they're in darkness. That is why people are blaming the youth. The problem of the adults. The adults created this culture. They just don't want to admit it. They're the ones who glorified that filth and that indecency and that immorality and celebrated criminality. If you celebrate criminality, young people are going to want to be criminals. It's common sense. You're still talking about what you did back in the day. That's your social media presence. I used to be a member of this gang or that gang. So what? And then they try and sell you their narrative and they'll say, only a criminal can understand criminals. Well, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he wasn't a criminal and he came with the best guidance. If you were so sharp, you wouldn't have gone to prison in the first place. You wouldn't have been a criminal. They're the people that we need to celebrate. They're the people we need to call our legends. When our legends are criminals, it tells you the state of society. You don't celebrate someone that went to college and came home with a degree. You celebrate someone that came from prison. Make it make sense. You don't respect the person that goes to work 9 to 5, but you respect the drug dealer on the corner, killing your community, maybe even killing some of your family members. Make it make sense. That's because they're in darkness. Allah is the guardian and protector of those who believe. He brought them out of the darkness into the light. That's why they don't like Islam and the Muslims, because the Muslims, they're not looking for likes. It is what it is. Allah said, the Prophet ﷺ said, likewise, from the benefits of al-Iman, from the effects of al-Iman, from fruits of al-Iman, is that the believers, when they hear the truth, they will benefit. One verse of the Quran, it's enough. One hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, it's enough. That's it. They don't need a whole lecture. Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, in His book, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Remind them, because reminders benefit who? The believers. If somebody doesn't benefit, and they hear Allah said, the Prophet ﷺ said, that's a diseased heart. That's a sick heart. Some people, they'll cry listening to music. Or they watch a movie and they will cry. When's the last time you cried when you heard the Quran or you heard the ahadith of the Prophet ﷺ? Or you read the stories of the prophets and the messengers? Or you read the stories and the sacrifice of the companions? When did you ever cry over that? Remind them, because the reminder will benefit who? The believers. Emaan. Allah said, that's why Allah Azza wa Jalla said, إنما كان قول المؤمنين إذا دعوا إلى الله ورسوله ليحكم بينهم أن يقولوا سمعنا وأطعنا وأولئك هم المفلحون. The statement of the believers when they are called to Allah and the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they are called to Allah, Allah said this. When they are called to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is in the Sunnah. They say سمعنا وأطعنا. We hear and we obey. على الرأس والعين. We don't have to talk after that. That's it. We hear and we obey. Allah said it is these people that are successful. They're the ones. Not like today, some people, they go to masajid because they don't want to hear any condemnation of bid'ah, innovation. They don't want to hear anyone giving them advice. They don't want to hear someone telling them you can't have African bands in the masjid, beating the drums and dancing with guitars. You can't have that in the masjid. They want to hear whatever they want to hear according to their desires. Well, we have a message. Islam is Allah's religion, not ours. Islam is what Allah legislated, not what you desire. That's for all of us. Stop bringing your version of Islam. Islam, not Islam. Islam is the deen of Allah, surrendering to Allah with a tawheed and submitting to Allah Azza wa Jal with obedience and freeing oneself from shirk and its people. وَأَقُولُ مَا تَسْمَعُونَ وَأَسْتَغْفِرُ اللَّهَ لِي وَلَكُمْ وَلِسَائِرِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ مِنْ كُلِّ ذَنْبٍ إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ.